Welcome back to the Completely Pointless Podcast. This is episode 14. My name is Jeremy, and as normal, I am joined by.
Nick.
And I'm Brandon.
And so, as we very meticulously figured out before started this week, I want us to talk about the absurdity of holidays. Especially, so we started off with Easter, because it is Easter at the moment, or well, here in a couple of days.
When we upload, it will be Easter.
That's true. It will indeed be. Happy Easter, everybody, if you like Easter. If not, fuck you, I guess. I don't know. But
wow.
But as we were on the verge of getting into, why do we do such weird things on holidays? Like, why is
I'm curious
egg
what people
hunts?
like. I'm curious what y'all's like. What do y'all think the weirdest holiday is?
All modern holidays are a little bit weird, honestly.
Well, like I don't understand St. Patrick's Day either. It makes no sense.
I feel like St. Patrick's Day is kind of just one of those that people use as an excuse to party.
Just get
like
fucked up.
Yeah, that's like really the only reason.
So, okay, so here's my question to that though. Are the holidays weird or are the holiday traditions weird?
Holidays are weird.
I mean, I think you could say it from both angles. Because like it's weird to go search for eggs that people have hidden around your yard. But it's also weird to just once a year everyone decide that they're all going to get together to celebrate Jesus's death or something.
Fair enough.
It's like it could be taken as either way as weird. But like we're going weird. I feel like it's probably a pretty close tie between like Easter and Halloween.
I was gonna say Halloween.
And Halloween is a weird holiday.
Thanksgiving is kind of a fucked up holiday.
Oh, it's super fucked up.
Yeah, like the origins of it.
Yeah, and like why we have Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
because it was a fucking celebration of war, dude.
Right?
Well, slaughter, really.
Us celebrating the slaughter of Native Americans.
Yeah, see, it's shit like that. That's like if you get back to the origins of any of the holidays, they're all really weird. Kind of like if you go back to the origins of kids' stories. Yeah, because like Thanksgiving, I think the idea of it now isn't that weird when you take it away from what it was. Like, it's just a time to get with all your family, look back and be like, oh, you know, we've had a good life. We're very thankful for all of this. But then when you like get back to the origins of it being based on like slavery and stealing things from natives, and then it starts getting a little weird.
Yeah, it starts to get a little dark.
Yeah. It starts to get a little bit, should we celebrate this?
Right? Well, even then, like, do y'all know the like the origins of Halloween? Like, how did Halloween start? I feel like that's a...
I don't even know.
I have no idea.
Because, I mean, I was always told growing up as being in a very conservative Christian group that Halloween was the devil's holiday. Is when all the demons were out and about.
Yeah, like, that's what
why do we do it?
My cousin, her parents were like that, and so she got to go trick or treating with us like one time.
Yeah,
and she had the most fun,
dude.
It was with our family.
There's just something fun about dressing up, acting like an idiot, running around and getting candy from strangers. That's just a good time.
Yeah. I love getting candy from strangers, dude.
I mean, it is the best candy when you don't have to pay for it and there's no obligation to pay back the person that gave it to you.
Well, if they don't give it to you, you're gonna trick them.
Have y'all ever?
That I've never seen.
I don't think I've ever seen
celebrate.
anybody do a trick.
Yeah, No, like I never really celebrated Halloween.
Like you
Because,
just didn't
know,
go out with it? Or
yeah.
like... See, I didn't until high school, which is weird, right? Because usually it's like you stop around high school age.
Yeah.
But nah, that was when I had a solid group of friends and we were all like, yeah, let's just fucking go get some candy. We'll take Ethan's little brother so that we can justify getting candy.
So we have a kid there.
Yeah. well, so kind of like with Easter, right, where you're hunting eggs for candy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When does it start becoming a weird thing, like based on age, to still participate in that? Because like me and my family, pretty much all of the youngest kids, like I'm the second to youngest on that side on my mom's side of the family, and none of us have kids, right? So when we go back for for Easter, we're still the kids of the family, even though we're all in our mid to late 30s or 20s and 30s. And so we still do Easter egg hunts as like 30-year-olds. And it's really weird.
I mean, it's a tradition, and I mean, if that's what your family does, that's what they does.
Yeah, I guess, but just something about also like my grandparents or those old people who don't really understand that money is not worth what it used to be, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things they always do is a couple of the coin or a couple of the eggs they'll fill with change. So it's like a dollar or something worth of change. And and so they're like, yeah, that's some good money. You can go buy you a burger or something.
Like, no, absolutely not.
I'm like, maybe if I find all of the money eggs, I can buy one burger with no sides and no drinks, but otherwise, probably not.
Yeah, it was always fun to get the like odd $5 bill in the egg.
Right?
My favorite was getting money, but yeah, usually it wasn't very much.
Yeah. I don't know. They still give us like because like I mean Christmas, any holiday if you really think about it is kind of weird. But Christmas, my grandparents also give everyone like $5 or $10, in their stockings.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, that's only $5. And at the same time, I'm like, I'll buy a Sonic drink or some shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to all the money I get on like holidays. It's always just like a little bit, and then it gets blown immediately.
Mm-hmm. Right, because it's like money you're not counting on, so you can just kind of do whatever the hell you want with it.
Yeah, it's really funny. Like usually it'll be like $20 or something.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what you said. Just you can go get food with it.
Right. Buy like one Whataburger burger and then you're good.
Or some beer.
$5? Cheap ass.
I mean, hey, it's beer.
Get some Pabst.
Oh God. What gets people into like the stereotypically like shitty beers? Like who gets into drinking Busch Light?
I don't know, but I have a guy I work with who the only beer he drinks is Natty Light. That's it. That's all he drinks, and he loves it.
Why,
And he
though?
buys two 24-packs a week and drinks all of them. And then if we ever go out of town, he buys another 12-pack while we're out of town, so he has some to drink.
Jesus. But like, there's so many better options.
Yeah, I mean, I
Than
guess if you
like,
don't like the taste of beer, then just
you
don't
want to
drink beer.
get drunk.
Then just don't drink beer. I think it might be like guys that don't like the taste of beer, but they're still kind of under the I'm a manly man who should drink beer. So they drink the least beer-like beer they can find instead of like getting some hard seltzers or something.
yeah, right. It's like don't want it to be like super stout tasting, but I still want it to have alcohol in it.
Yes.
And I can't look gay in my hand.
I can't drink them pussy drinks.
Yeah.
the women folk drinks. I mean, that's just a whole thing about something that's always kind of fascinated me is the like stereotypes, I guess, and the around drinking.
Yeah.
Like the fact that men are expected to, drink straight whiskey and only ever have beer, and if you get a fruity drink, you're gay. Like,
I will say the whiskey on the rocks does hit pretty good.
oh, it 100% does, and I enjoy it quite a lot. But I also really enjoy like,
Mimosas and
yeah,
shit.
mimosas. Oh man, mimosas are good.
Mojitos.
Mojitos are
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Even
Fucking
mojitos, I would
mojitos.
say, are still relatively, quote unquote, manly drink.
Yeah.
But I'm
But it's
like,
still a cocktail. It's not a just
yeah,
like
it's not a
straight
straight or
liquor
a
or
beer or something.
beer.
Yeah.
It's still a mixed drink. So people are like, you drink mixed drinks. I'm like,
Yeah.
bitch, because they taste good.
They're delicious. Right, dude, like some of the best drinks are the fruity drinks. Like any kind
Oh,
of like
absolutely.
margaritas. Love me some margaritas.
See,
Fucking
it just sucks to get drunk off of those because
yeah,
like
it really
It
does.
super does.
alcohol is already just like is sugar, and then you have the extra sugar of the mixed drink in with it too. Woo!
Yeah.
Talk
Those are
about
the ones that give you real
hungover,
bad
dude.
headaches.
Yeah.
See,
Talk about
I
fucking hungover.
I don't know about you guys. Well, I know about Brandon. I don't know about you, Nick. Have you ever had just like a really bad hangover?
No, I've had like slight, like super slight ones where I just felt kind of off the next day, but
Yeah, like
no, never.
stomach was a little off and just like maybe a
Just kind
lightheaded
of
or
like
some
out of
shit.
it. I was just like out of it
Yeah,
the
cause
whole
like
next day.
I know Brandon definitely has, but I've
Oh yeah.
still yet to have like a hangover, and I I don't think it's because I mean, one, I am a very large man that can handle his drink very well just for sheer mass, but also when I drink, I also drink a lot of water, and I don't drink a lot of sugary foods or drinks, and I will eat something with it so that I don't get hangovers. Like it's very easy to stay away from the hangovers.
Yeah. Also, I mean, like you say, you drink water, you eat something. I mean, whenever I get drunk, I'm fucking I'm an idiot.
Oh yeah, you're like party.
Well, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna go get another beer.
See, but I also I drink a lot of water just like normally. Like I'll drink just because I hate being dehydrated. It's a terrible feeling. Um, so even when I'm drinking, there will be times where like I'm gonna go get a drink, and then I go and get a glass of water and sit back down and go, oh wait, no, fuck, I meant like a beer.
No,
It's a
yeah, I definitely
fucking
don't do
normie.
that.
Granted, just drink water and then you can have more alcohol.
I
That's
mean, he's
why
not
it's great.
wrong. Just kind of
No,
flush it out a little bit.
yeah. I don't know. I'm just still in the camp of it fucks my stomach up too much to drink a lot.
Yeah,
So I just usually don't.
fair enough, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I just like uh, the calming effects of alcohol, at
Yeah,
least for
same.
me.
I
Fair
usually like to
enough.
drink to where I have like a decent buzz on, and
Yeah,
then I'll just kind of chill there,
like
try to maintain.
yeah, very rarely do I get like blackout drunk because that's not fun. But just get a little nice buzz going, so you're calm, you're relaxed, having a good time. That's the good kind of shit.
I still don't think I've ever been blackout drunk either.
Oh, I definitely have.
I know Brandon has because he woke up and flooded our apartment, didn't even realize he had done it.
Yes.
That's still
I'm the best. It's still the most hilarious like hangover memory I have.
right because
It-
I was that when we were making the like strawberry daiquiris, right? Is
I
basically what they were, just like a strawberry smoothie with vodka in it.
so I think
Oh man.
I'm pretty sure I did it twice. The first time we were out like at a bar No, the first time we were just at the house. I think we were doing Jaeger bombs and uh
Egg
Jaeger bombs
bombs.
and like I don't know. I don't
Reds,
remember
wicked
what we
apples,
were doing. Yeah.
or angry orchards, which are delicious, but God, are
Oh
they
yeah.
sugary?
Yeah, they'll fuck
But
you up.
the second time, I know we were at a bar all that night playing some drinking game.
Oh, was that when we were at the Spoon playing
Yeah.
Piccolo? The
Yeah.
one on the phone?
Yeah.
The only thing I remember about that night was at one point we were playing it and it's like one of those I don't know how to best to describe it, but it gives you, it's almost like charades kind of, but not charades. Like it'll give you a prompt and you just have to like act it out or something. And the waitress was walking over as I was drunkenly screaming, kill the children or something like that. And so
Yeah.
good times. But
But it
anyways,
was just
continue.
one of those where we were at the bar drinking way too much, and then I know I left my truck there and you left your motorcycle
Yeah, because I
there.
drove my bike.
Yeah. And
Because it was you, it was a bunch of your friends from,
yeah, as much of my work friends.
yeah, and you were like, hey, let's go drink. And we're probably just gonna like hang out at this bar, have a couple beers, you know. And then like 12 pitchers in, and
Oh yeah. I mean shit, that night I think I drank probably like oh shit, it was like 6 double vodka Sprites and then probably 2 pitchers of beer myself.
hmm
So it was like I drank a fuck ton that night, and it was not in a super long amount of time.
Yeah, it was a pretty short. I mean, we were probably only there like 3-4 hours in total. So
Yeah, but I woke up the next morning to Jeremy knocking on my bedroom door, and uh, I, I like wake up. I'm completely naked. Uh, so I put some pants on. I'm like, "What do you want?" Because I was hungover as shit. And Jeremy was like, "What did you do last night?" I was like, "I don't know." She said, "We just gotta knock at the door."
I got
The
a phone
the
call.
down oh, that the downstairs neighbor had water coming from their ceiling. I was like, "Oh, well, I guess I took a bath."
Oh
Yeah,
man.
because I got woken up at like 7 a.m. by a phone call from the office of our apartment. They're like, hey, I was just calling to see if anything had happened in y'all's apartment. We got reports from the people downstairs that there was water leaking through their ceiling. And I was like, no, nothing's going on. We're fine. Hadn't gotten out of bed, so couldn't prove anything. And I immediately got up and was like, checked my bathroom first. And I was like, everything's fucking dry. And then went out and checked your bathroom because it was in the hallway. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, this is all dry too. What the fuck? And so then
And
I,
I had absolutely zero recognition of anything that happened that night
yeah, you're
before.
just like, I don't
Because
remember.
wait, didn't we Uber to fucking IHOP at like 4 a.m.?
I think that might have been a different night, but I still have
It might have
those
been.
Snapchats
Yeah, those
of
are great.
me and you drunk as fuck in an IHOP at like 3 a.m.
It's so good.
Dude, nothing like
Was that the
pancakes
same?
while you're drunk.
Yeah.
I still remember the one picture. One of
No,
y'all
that was
sent.
a
I think it was
different
you,
night.
dude. Jeremy just passed out on the
Oh,
concrete.
dude,
Oh my
that's a
god.
great one. Me like laying on my back, just like pass the fuck out on the sidewalk on the side of the road.
That is such a good picture.
Oh man,
So,
that's one of those pictures that I see and go, maybe I do have a problem, and then like, nah.
well, that night, because you were what, at a friend's
Yeah,
apartment or
I was at
something?
a college party with a bunch of people from when I was still in class. I worked in IT, and so a bunch of the college kids in IT all got together and were drinking, and we were playing like the stupid frat guy drinking games all night, which like no matter what you do in the game, you drink. Like if you win, you drink. If you lose, you drink. It's basically just to drink. And so we were all fucking obliterated. But man, that was. I only remember the only thing I remember about that night, in the car home, was we're driving. I don't know where we are because I couldn't remember where I had gone to. So we're
I
driving
think
back, and I remember like slumped over in the chair, like Brandon, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. Brandon, you need to pull over. I'm gonna throw up right fucking now. And then you stopped, and in my mind, I was like, oh, okay, he pulled over for me. So I opened the door, and we're just at a red light.
Yeah, we were literally just at a fucking stoplight. So to give it some perspective, the apartment Jeremy was partying at was 4.5 minutes away from our apartment. Nick, do you want to take a guess how long it took us to get home that night?
How long did it take you to get where you were going?
Four
Like
and a
4
half
minutes,
minutes from our apartment to
I guess
to
it
where
took you
Jeremy
guys
was
like
at.
2 hours.
It was like right
Disappointing.
at an hour.
Dang.
But
Jesus Christ.
It was bad. Yeah.
So the first time we stopped was at the gate of that other apartment complex. Literally 10 seconds into the drive. Like Jeremy got in the car, we turned around to the gate, and he opened the door and threw up. And then we got on the service road, and I was about to get on the loop. Jeremy was like, Brandon, and I was like, don't you dare fucking throw up in my, because I had just got my car too, like that week. I was like, do not throw up in my new car. And he's like, okay. And so we're just at a stoplight, and Jeremy fucking opens the door and hangs out the side of the car.
Were there people honking at us? Because I don't know if that was something I just imagined or something that was happening.
No, there was people honking. I had my like window down, just arm out the window, just waving people around me.
Oh,
I was
man.
like,
God, yeah.
Yeah, that was probably one of the drunkest time. One of the times I've got what? The drunkest I've ever been.
Closest I've ever seen you to blackout.
Yeah. But I still remember a lot of that night because that was the same night that we were playing Overcooked, and I was just screaming at everybody that I needed lettuce because we were on like the first level, which is just chopping lettuce and tomatoes for a salad, and I need lettuce! Guys, where's the lettuce? And there's a video of me out there somewhere, I don't know where, I really wish I had it, of just screaming at people that I need lettuce. That was a good time.
But then I actually do get on the loop, and we're going down, and Jeremy's like, man, I'm gonna throw up. Man, I'm gonna throw up. And so I get off of the loop, and there's like just a little side road next to the Best Buy. And I just stop on the side road. Jeremy, instead of just like leaning his head out of the car again, he whole ass gets out of the car. I was like, God damn it, Jeremy. And so he gets out of the car, and then he proceeds to just lay on the sidewalk.
Dude, that concrete felt so good. All right, you
and
don't understand.
Immediately fall asleep.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm talking like less than 5 seconds of him laying down on the concrete. This motherfucker was asleep.
Just pass the fuck out.
So I'm just trying to get him up and back in the car, because he didn't even throw up. He was already completely empty by then. So I'm just trying to get him up and back in the car so we can get home and I can get him back in his fucking bed. That stop was like 30 minutes of the hour.
Good times.
And I've got a video of me just shaking my head as Jeremy's leaned out the car throwing up. I've got that picture of him.
Yeah, just passed the fuck out on the
concrete. Just passed out on the fucking concrete.
Dude, let me tell you.
That is one of my favorite pictures.
That concrete was so comfortable because it was nice and cold. There was probably another time where a lot of times when we would get drunk in our old apartment, because my bathroom had tile floor, I would take my shirt off and lay in my bathroom because the tile was cold. But since our bathroom was so
100%.
tiny, and I'm a large man, as we have discussed, I could really only fit my upper half into the bathroom. So I'm like laying halfway out of the bathroom, just like pass the fuck out because the towel feels so good because it's cold. And I'm pretty sure you found me at like that a couple of times.
Oh yeah. Usually just in your underwear.
Oh yeah. It's great. That's the best way to sleep right there. Some of the best sleep I ever got in my life. See, those were the times where I definitely did have a problem, so it's fine. I mean, then we can talk about the time we all came down to see Nick.
Oh no.
And man, there was some escapades that happened that time.
That was a fun night.
Yeah. I remember that.
I mean, I remember it ending with you guys wrestling in just a grass field.
Yes.
It's some good solid times, all right.
Oh yeah. I had a lot of fun that night. That Nick just kept shoving drinks down my fucking throat.
I did.
Yes.
You gave him well, that's the thing is you're the kind of person I like to get drunk with, Nick, because you're the kind of person that just keeps buying drinks for people.
Yeah.
So like we went out and we were all drinking, you bought us all around, and then we were all drinking some more, and then we were just like started playing games with other people, because there's one of those bars that has all those like board game or like big Jenga and pool and chess or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And so then I don't remember these people names at all. Like even the day after, I couldn't tell you any of their names. But you bought like everyone, like there were like 7 of us, like drinks multiple times, and we didn't even know these people's name.
We had a lot of fun with those people.
Yeah, they were good friends that we don't remember.
We never talked to again.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it was like we were already like I was already really drunk, and then Nick just walks back over the table with a whole ass like tray of like 7 more double vodka sodas. I was like, what the fuck? Why? And I probably drank 3 more of them. I think I wasn't blackout that night because we were out like all night.
Yeah.
Like I think we got to that bar at like 10 and we closed it down, and then we were still like
we were just fucking
out
around.
and about until like 4 a.m. or something.
Yeah. Well, and then we all got back to Nick's place, and there was one point during the night that we were all just laying in the middle of the living room on the floor. You all remember that?
Yeah.
We were all gone by that point.
No, I do remember that.
We were all just laying there, like, partially falling asleep, but then every once in a while, one of us would, like, wake up and be like, dude, you're a fucking bitch.
Yeah, that went on for, like, way too long, too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, I just remember because we were walking around because it felt really good outside that night. And so we were all just walking around, and then both of y'all were like, all right, we need to go and lay down so you can get up and actually do something tomorrow. And I was like, all right, yeah, I was like, all right. And so we started walking back to the apartment. And then y'all turned to go in the apartment, and I just kept walking. And then I came up. It was probably like maybe 10 minutes, but I swear it was like almost an hour. That I just like rolled up to the apartment. Y'all were both like, Brandon, where the fuck were you?
Yeah, because you just dipped out.
I just kept walking.
And you're the person that drinks the least, so we're like, we don't know what he's gonna fucking do. He could do anything.
Actually, though.
Good ass night.
Yeah. There's just something about just being just trashed that is fun. Yeah. It's just a good time. I mean, usually after you regret it, but it's still a good time.
An unethical level of drunk.
And that
Honestly.
was the correct statement that night.
Yeah.
Absolutely for me.
Yeah. It's fine.
Because Nick kept shoving fucking vodka Sprites down my throat, and
That's all
then
you would drink.
that and Jaeger bombs.
Jaeger
The people we were
bombs?
hanging out with kept buying me fucking Jaeger bombs
Well,
too.
do you remember at one point we went up to him and we're like, "Hey, we want you to make us is it the Starfucker?"
Oh yeah,
Is that what it was? And
yeah.
I remember I went up to the bar with Brandon and you were like, "I want a Starfucker." And the dude was like, "What?"
What the fuck is
He's
that?
like, "It's a shot. It's called a Starfucker. Give it to me." And I like, "Yeah, sorry man. It's gonna be like one part this and one part like explaining to him because you were just adamant in him giving you the shot."
See, I don't remember that part,
That poor bartender. He
but
hated
it
us.
definitely sounds like something I would do,
He hated us so much.
especially blacked out.
Oh, I'm sure, dude. Sure he wasn't having it by the end of that night.
Oh, absolutely. You know,
But
I
hey,
think
I'm
we
pretty
left him
sure when
pretty good
I
tips,
oh yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure when I paid out, I left like a $40 or $50 tip.
right? And that must be like one of a pretty interesting job to be in, being a bartender at like a party bar or something, because you have to put up with so many drunk people, but they also probably leave you so many good tips. Like,
Right? But that the thing is, that wasn't even like a party bar. That was
yeah,
just
I
like a
guess, yeah. It was just a bar we were trashing it all.
yeah.
Those bars were definitely party bars.
Oh,
Like every fucking night or like weekend there would be parties at those bars. People getting
oh,
fucking way too drunk.
like us.
Yeah, they were probably used to it.
They're
Like
like, fuck it, this is just what happens.
yeah, this is my life now. Because I know I couldn't even stand dealing with sober people at a retail setting, so I don't know how they fucking do it. Well,
How they do what?
how they just put up with all them drunk people.
Dude, yeah, as a bartender? No
Yeah,
way.
No,
because
I would get
absolutely
so
not.
fucking over it.
I know a couple of people that have bartended. They're like, oh yeah, it's great. You just get a drink all night, and then people give you money, and you get to make fun of drunk people. It's fantastic. And I'm like, yeah, but still just seems like a terrible experience. I don't
I
even like putting up
I
with myself drunk.
yeah, I don't like people enough to even like drunk people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Just
definitely takes a certain kind of person. I couldn't do it. I just don't like people that much.
Oh yeah.
and also just like the how rude people get when they're drunk and how just like no filter anybody has.
Hmm.
Just not be a pleasant experience to be the person in charge of all of those people.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know about you guys, but if I was a bartender, I would definitely be the kind of person that super blacked out person would be like, "Hey man, give me another, gin and tonic or whatever," and I would just give them some tonic with no gin in it, and be like, "All right, that's $14."
Just completely ripping people off.
Yeah.
Just because
Jeremy
they're too
running that
drunk to even
super
know.
unethical bar.
Hey, if they want to complain, they can complain, all right, but they still paid for it, so.
But you got to put it on their bill as just a tonic,
Yes,
so
and
that
then
when they get up in the morning and look at their receipt, they're like, "Oh, that motherfucker."
didn't even give me what I wanted.
See, you just got to be smarter than that
As the bartender, or as the drunk person.
as the drunk
Because
person.
when I'm drunk, I become very trusting with anybody. So you could give
Same.
me anything, and I will drink it happily. I
Same.
had an old roommate. I think I was telling you about this, but we used to, a couple of times we would sit out back of our duplex and play cornhole, and we'd all just, or we'd mostly
Yeah,
I
you
would be
would.
drinking, and I mean, it's three dudes out playing some cornhole, but
Fuck yeah,
it
That's what
pretty
I'm
much
fucking
every
talking
time
about.
I would look at one of my roommates and be like, hey, go make me a drink, and just hand him my cup, and he'd go, okay, and he'd walk in, mix just a bunch of random shit together, bring it back out, and just give it to me, and I would drink it. So like one of them was like week old Mountain Dew, sugar
Oh,
from not just like sugar, but sugar from a Sour Patch Kids,
Oh,
like an
Jesus
empty Sour Patch
Christ.
Kids thing,
damn.
tequila, and triple sec. And was like, here you
God.
go. And at this point, I was already pretty drunk, so I was like, okay, and would just drink the whole thing. So,
Jesus Christ, Jeremy.
yeah, it was good. It wasn't good, but had a lot of alcohol in it.
When you were drunk, it was good.
Yeah, well, when I was drunk, I couldn't taste it, so it's basically the same thing. I don't know. It's being I feel like when you go out drinking, it's just a whole other world,
Oh, it super is.
and it's a very interesting place to be. Because for the most part, everyone's just having a great time, partying, doing whatever you want, make some friends you'll never speak to again, and then regret it all the next morning. It's a great time.
I regret nothing.
I regret all of it, but none of it. No.
But my whole thing about it is I don't I don't drink a lot. And if I drink at home, I'll drink like one or two. But if I am going out to go drinking, I will just get absolutely fucking hammered.
Right.
And I don't know if it's just because I'm at a bar or what,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
mean it's
just
good. It's like a whole different atmosphere.
yeah.
Well, it's also like a lot of complaints I have about just any kind of social gathering is the intentions behind it, right? So like if I go out to a place or with a couple friends expecting like, okay, we're just gonna go over to this dude's house, we're gonna play Mario Kart, and then we're all gonna leave. I'm fine. But then the second we get over to their place and they're like, you know what? Let's go to the bar. I'm like, no, I'm out. I'm out. Fuck you, I'm out. But if from the beginning they're like, hey, we're going to a bar, we're gonna get trashed. I'm 100% in, and will be the one drinking the most. But you have to set the expectations properly, or
Yeah.
else it's not going to go well.
Fair enough.
I just feel another thing is something that's always interested me is the hypocrisy around drinking, mostly like drinking and uh like religious people, because they will tell you left and right that drinking is a sin and no one should do it, and it's that's only what Satan does, and if you do it you're going to hell. And then every weekend they're out barbecuing and getting trashed with all their friends. And so it's just a very like it's interesting that people always look down upon people that go and get drunk, but then still do it. But then while everyone's doing it, nobody gives a shit, and so it's the shame after the fact.
Yeah. Well, it's like that whole get drunk on Saturday at church on Sunday mentality of it.
Yeah, I mean even at church, man, they give us a little wine,
It was always just grape
Yeah, it was
juice.
always grape juice, which I was very upset about when I finally was baptized and could have Jesus blood. I thought it was wine and it wasn't.
You're like,
Yo, dude,
what
that grape just be
is
hitting
this?
different though.
Oh yeah.
Something
Straight
about being
facts
in
right there.
those little cups
Mm-hmm.
makes it something special about it.
Oh, it's so much
Goddamn
better out of
right.
a little tiny,
A little tiny
quarter shot
baby cup,
glass.
right? It's like a thimble worth of grape juice.
But hey, that shit lit.
Them and them little crackers. Did y'all's
Communion
so
wafers.
yeah? Did y'all do? I mean, don't even know if y'all went to church a lot and did communion, but did they do the little individual crackers that you could have? Because ours, it was a plate with just a big fucking cracker on it, like a 6-inch by 6-inch cracker, and
What the fuck?
you would just break off a little piece and then wait for everyone to get their little piece, because they would just pass it up and down the aisles, and then everybody would eat their cracker and we'd say a prayer.
Ours would do individuals, but it was like the ushers or whatever would like walk with the trays and pass it down the aisle, and then you would just like sit there and wait until you got the whole thing. So you're holding this little cracker and a little cup of grape juice for like 10 minutes.
Yep.
And everybody finally gets theirs, and you say the prayer, and they're like, okay, and then everybody's just like, nope.
Yeah, just shooting your little crackers back. Yeah, that's just another one of those traditions that's so weird if you really think about it. Just like everybody taking a bite of a cracker and being like, praise Jesus.
one
cracker makes
cracker.
no sense to me.
It's really funny because I know ours used oyster crackers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those like little.
Yeah, the little like hexagonal puffed up ones.
Yeah, that you would like use for soup.
Yeah. Or you put in your salt shakers at restaurants.
Yeah.
Because kind of why I was bringing it up though is because I think back to it, because I also would help a couple of times filling up all the little shot glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And so just thinking about all those little shot glasses and everybody touching those crackers, like how unsanitary and nasty that shit was.
Oh yeah, dude.
How anti-COVID that was.
Oh my god, COVID has changed my mindset on a lot of things. Mostly just how gross a lot of stuff is.
For sure.
Yeah, I like it gross.
Nick likes it nasty.
Interesting.
Yeah, dude. It builds that strong immune system.
Oh yeah, it's all about that strong boy immune system.
I mean, I guess.
I have the thickest immune system.
I've never gotten seriously sick in my life, so I guess it works out.
Hey, it's because you're gross.
Herd immunity.
Kind of am. Is it herd immunity, or is it just that I didn't get sick? I was actually, I don't know about you guys, but since I didn't get sick, I was very upset about it, because then I could never miss school. Like, I never had a reason to miss school. And so I would like just fake being sick. And I really believe my parents 100% knew what I was doing.
Oh, for sure they knew.
Because they would just come in and it'd be like 30 minutes past when I normally wake up. And I'd be like, oh, my head, it hurts so bad. I don't think I can make it to school today, Mom. Cough. And then, she would take my temperature and it would definitely not be bad or anything.
It'd definitely be fine.
Yeah. And then she'd be
like, oh, I'm really sick.
Like, oh, no. And she's like, okay, I guess you can stay home. Like, oh, darn it. Yes.
And then she leaves.
Yep,
and then immediately Xbox.
Right. Immediately turn on the TVs, just making myself weird ass snacks. Living my best life. But then you got to watch the clock to make sure that when she comes back, you're in your room pretending to be sick again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just an interesting thing that so many kids, just so many people in general, have just faked being sick to get out of things.
Mm-hmm.
When you could totally just be like, especially as an adult now, you can just be like, yeah, I don't want to. I'm not going in.
All right.
Because even now, I don't often, but every couple of weeks, I'm like, man, I just need a fucking extra day. I need a day out of this garbage. And then I'll tell my boss or whatever, like, yeah, man, I just feel terrible. I can't come into work, I don't think it's gonna work. I wouldn't be any help. when I could just text them and be like, "Yo, not coming in. Bye."
Yeah. It's the
Yep.
shit part of like feeling like you have to explain yourself on
Yeah, you have to justify it.
why you're not coming in.
Well, Brandon, as a person who manages people, how do you react when somebody says that they're not coming in?
Okay.
That's it.
I mean, honestly, that's it. It's like, okay, because I can't talk you into coming in. I can't be mad at you not coming in. I'm like, that sucks because now I'll be fucking shorthanded all day. But like, there's no reason for me to get upset about it.
Nah, dude, you have to get pissed for
no
for them
fucking reason.
Nah, for them inconveniencing your life. Just
Oh
get
yeah.
fucking mad.
Well, see,
For sure.
I have like this mindset when it comes to like requesting days off. Like when I request days off, I try to give them as much warning as I can, right? And
Yeah.
it kind of stems from most of my old jobs. If you didn't give them at least like 3 or 4 weeks, they would just automatically decline it. And so I try to give them as much time as I can, but it's also I'm not requesting this time off. I'm telling you I'm not going to be here. You can
Yeah, I'm
deny it if
telling
you
you I'm
want, but
taking
then
this
you're going to
time
be
off.
short-staffed. Yeah. like I'm giving you the opportunity to schedule someone else because otherwise you're going to be calling me that day and I'm not going to answer because I told you I'm not going to be there.
Yeah. That's the like the worst part of like retail culture is, oh, you have to request to take the time off that we give you to take off.
Yeah.
So
Like even if you have PTO, they're like, no, sorry,
they can
can't
just
take off.
decide that you have to be in that day. Like,
Yeah. And I had I guess it was during last Christmas, right? So all the COVID stuff was kind of starting to die down. So we were actually going to go up and see my grandparents. And I told my boss like 3 months out because I knew it was, it's Christmas weekend. Everybody's going to be requesting off. So I'm going to put in my request early to make sure that I actually get it off. And
Yep.
then like the Friday before, like I was going Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, the Friday before, they changed my schedule so I was working the next 3 days. And they called me like that Saturday morning. He's like, hey bud, I just calling, I noticed you were on the schedule, but you're not here, so I was wondering where you were. And I didn't answer, obviously, and just sent him a text like, yeah, out of town, like I said I was gonna be. Happy holidays.
the way you should do it.
Get
Right?
fucked.
I was like, dude, I told you I wasn't gonna. I asked before everyone else in the store. This is your fault now at this point
Right.
that you don't
Yeah.
have people scheduled. So
Dude, some
just
people would really be letting that get to them though.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if y'all ever scroll through the anti-work subreddit.
No.
It's very
I
fun.
see like
I
headlines
avoid
every
it.
once in a while.
It's very fun to read through some of that because a lot of it I kind of agree with, but some of it is just people like, man, I had to work like 10 hours yesterday. It sucked. And I was like, it happens, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You kind of agreed to that one. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. I used to hate working long hours, but I mean, as long as I'm getting paid for it, I really don't care anymore.
Yeah. That's how I am. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll work as long as you want, as long as you pay me appropriately for it.
Yeah. For sure.
Because I know Home Depot I think you were telling me Home Depot used to do this shit where they would like move your overtime onto the next week and then not schedule you for that week. So you
Yeah. No. So they
Oh,
would.
so they didn't have to pay for your OT?
Yeah, like basically they would give you an 80-hour 2 weeks, right? Like an 80-hour
Yeah.
2 week work 2 weeks. And so if you work 70 hours the first week, they would just only let you come in for 10 hours the next week.
No, so the pay periods were per week. So like what they would make me do is so like say I'm scheduled Monday to Friday and I hit my 40 hours on Wednesday or like I hit them on Thursday. They would be like, "All right, well, we can't have any overtime, so you have tomorrow off." I'm like, "Okay." So
all right.
like yeah, I would have an extra day off, but I would only get paid for my 40.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever.
Right. There's a part of you like, man, I kind of would rather just go in, get some OT, some extra pay.
Yeah.
Because that's
Or like I would get like on Thursday I would be at like 30 hours or whatever. Like too many for it to be a Thursday.
yeah.
And so I would like have to take a long lunch or uh go home early or whatever just to avoid
Yeah. So you don't
that
hit
over
OT.
like so I don't hit 40 for the week.
Yeah.
And most of the time I'd be like, "Oh, sorry, I was too busy. I ended up getting off late again." And so I would just like talk my way into keeping the OT and they'd be like, "Oh, just don't do it again." And I would do
Yeah,
it
just
again
do
the
it the
next
next week.
week. But no, for
Awesome.
like at one point they got like super stringent on overtime. And so they're like, "You absolutely cannot have overtime. If you have any hours of overtime, you will get written up." I was like, "Okay." And so I would hit 40 hours by Thursday.
Yep.
So
And then
for
just
like
immediately clock out and be like, peace.
so for like oh shit, it was like 2 months straight. I worked 4 10s or equivalent. So I would just have 3-day weekends for like 2 months straight. And everybody's like, "How are you getting 3-day weekends? Are you crossing them off?" I'm like, "No, I'm just putting in my 40 in 4
Right.
days."
You just
They're
work
like
over, you're good.
they're like, "Oh, that's fucked up."
Yeah.
It's like, "Well, they told me no overtime and I got too much to do during the days. So I'll just get all my shit done before on by Thursday and just have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off."
yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of like one of the guys that I work with. He likes to start at like 7 or 7:30, so that then we can be done like an hour to an hour and a half early. And I like that because then I feel like I have so much time in the afternoon to just do whatever I want.
Yeah, it's really sick, dude.
Yeah.
Or then we'll anytime we go out of town, we'll do like 10-hour days. So we're gone for like 4 days and then we come back and we have a 3-day weekend and it's
Mhm.
fantastic.
Yeah. See, I wish I could do that, but I have to work until my contractors are done usually, so
Yes.
I end up working several hours more than 40.
See, that's why you should just negotiate an hourly rate so that you get like $50 an hour.
Damn.
Some months it works out to about that.
Yeah, but it should work out to that every month, Brandon.
Oh yeah.
You gotta respect
No,
yourself.
if if I was hourly, I would be making so much fucking overtime money.
Yeah. That's kind of like
Just
I feel like salaries in some way, or salaried work in some ways is kind of a scam, but so is hourly work, right? Because salary
yeah.
work, you're expected to take on more responsibilities, you're expected to work until the time gets done, or until everything gets done, for the most part, not all places. So then you end up working 80 hours a week, and it when you work it out, you're getting paid like 15 an hour.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't
Yep.
know. But then you get hourly and they just cut you off
Yeah.
the second you hit 40, so
Yeah. So you're but yeah, no, it was one of those deals where or I guess right now, like I'm salary plus bonus. So the more I get done, the more I make, kind of.
yep.
But I don't know. It's just some days I'm like, I wish I was hourly this week because I would make like fucking 3 times my normal pay on just overtime.
Yeah. But then other times you're like, nah, screw them hourly plebs.
Also, hourly labor law is fucking crazy because 40 past 40 to 80 hours, I think, is time and a half. And then 80 to 120 hours is double time. And then after 120 hours, it just goes to triple time and stays there.
See, I feel like it should almost like get exponentially bigger. Right? Like if you're putting in 140 hours a week, like, you should be making like 6 times what you normally make.
Yeah. But so one of my old bosses, he uh he was in that situation, and like he had like a big service call or something. And so he was like on site for like 190 or 200 hours or something. He said, I ended up making more on that one paycheck than I did the next 3 months combined.
Yeah.
I was
insane.
like, God damn.
That's really good. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's one of those where I'm like, man, I would really enjoy the money from it, right? Like that would be fucking awesome. But then, God, just imagining working that much, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. Well, he worked for a power company, and there was like there was a big storm or something,
Yeah. And so it's
and
like mandatory. Everyone needs to be here, or people
yeah,
are
it was like
gonna freeze to death.
yeah, it was like everybody had to work all of those hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like
So it's like,
sometimes we do a lot of electrical work for some big telecommunication companies. Um, and the way they have their plant set up is they have redundancies all over the place. They have huge battery banks that will power the entire, like all of their servers for, I don't know, like 12 to 24 hours usually, just solely running on backup batteries.
mhm,
And but they still, if you do any work whatsoever that requires turning power off to anything, you can't do it during most places. You have to start at 10 p.m. and you have to be done by 7 a.m.
mhm.
So there will be days where we have a shut off, and we all know we have the shut off, and so we'll work our normal 8 to 5. We'll go home, do whatever you want, take a nap, drink some coffee, whatever. Come back at 10, sit around for a couple of hours while they make sure all their plants are ready and nothing's going to explode when we turn off the power. And then as soon as we get the power turned off, we just work until we get it done. So like there were times that I worked from like 8 a.m. to 5, took a 2-hour break, came back, got set up, and then worked till 8 a.m. the next day. And then they were like, all right, good job, go home, take a nap, and then we'll come back tomorrow. So, okay.
Yeah, super fuck that.
Yeah. But, then they do give us the next day off. And then, it's usually some good overtime. So it doesn't happen often. It happens rarely enough that I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But there was definitely like a time where we had a guy quit kind of
Mhm.
unexpectedly. So we were pretty short staffed. So there was like a month or so that we did 5 or 6 shutdowns, just me and one of the other guys. And whew, that was rough. It was a rough time.
Damn.
All the work, all the time.
Mm-hmm. But some pretty good pay. I still don't want to do it.
Price thicky paychecks there.
Yeah, but still don't ever want to do it again. I find it
No.
uh fairly interesting, right? That a lot of older people in the workforce now, they have the mindset of I've been doing this for, 20, 30 years, so I've done my part, so I don't have to do this anymore. But then all the new people coming in are like, fuck that, I'm not doing this. This is garbage.
Why have you been doing this for so long?
Like, why have you agreed to this? What the fuck?
It's like a lot of the old jobs that people used to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Could never catch me doing that shit.
Man, they just like did so much work and got paid so very little for it. I don't know why they did. Because
but
well, okay, so I actually saw a thing where the people in the Great Depression who worked retail were making more if you after you equate for inflation and all that. They were making more a retail worker in the Great Depression than a retail worker now.
Interesting. Well, I mean, yeah, that's just kind of given because.
And like the price of a house back during the Great Depression was like 70 grand after you adjust for inflation.
Yeah.
Whereas our modern houses, I think the average for the U.S. is 300 and something thousand.
Yeah, it's bad. And because I remember I was talking with one of my uncles one time, and I was like, man, I like just I can't save money. Like anything I do, like I spend so much money on my rent, my utilities, all my bills, that I just don't have enough money to save. He's like, oh, you should just buy a house, and then your mortgage will be cheaper, and you'll save some money that way. And I'm like, okay, first of all, our mortgage won't be cheaper. It won't. Just flat out wrong. Second of all, do you know how much of a down payment you need for houses? Like I tried applying for a house loan like a year ago or so, and I was like, yeah, I could probably scrape up like a 5% down payment, which is pretty good. And they were like, yeah,
you need like 15% or so.
Yeah, now.
Well, so you can get away with 3%, but you have to have it's mortgage insurance.
Yeah.
And so it's just a way for the mortgage company to be like, yeah, if they default, we'll still get paid.
Yeah. But it's like I tried and I have a fairly decent job, right? Like a pretty consistent, pays fairly well. And they were immediately like, no, fuck that. We're not giving you money. Like,
yeah.
So there's like, I was like, I applied for a loan and they still wouldn't give it to me. Like, you think I could buy a house? The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
There's no way in hell, man. Like, if who was I? It was my grandpa I was talking to. I was like, yeah, I live with 2 roommates. I've had roommates my entire life since I moved out, and I can still barely afford it. Like, it's insane.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know. The whole inflation thing has just kind of gone off the rails.
Yeah.
Because like our house is already almost doubled in value.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking bonkers.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like I never thought this house would be worth as much as it is now.
Yeah. Some even like shitty houses go for so much money now.
Oh my god, yeah. Just I don't know, with amounts.
Right, well, we were looking for new places to rent, just to rent. All the places we were looking at were like half the size for like twice the price of what we're renting right now. And
yeah.
We were like, our rent might be going up by $100, but it's still cheaper than all this shit, so we'll just stay here.
Yep.
For sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, they were actually saying, I think if you got anything less than a 3% raise.
Oh, I think it's like up to 6 to 7%. Because that's what inflation is at the moment.
Right. So if you didn't get a at least like a 4 or 5% raise, I think it is, then you're making less now due to inflation.
Yeah, technically taking a pay cut.
Right.
Yeah. Which is just bad times.
Yeah, really fucking bad times.
Bad times all around. Like, I remember when I worked for the Big Blue, they would give us, well, they told us they were going to give us yearly pay raises, right? I did not get a single yearly pay raise the entire 3 years I worked there.
Did you get promoted any
No.
time during this?
No, I was part-time the whole time. But I definitely, because we had full-timers who then quit, and then I was given all of their jobs, but still paid a part-timer with, no pay raises. And then at one point they jumped everybody up, like they jumped the minimum pay wage up at the store. So everybody got a pay raise, and they're like, "Yeah, that's your pay raise for the next 2 years." And I was like, "What the fuck?" But like just trying to argue like a 50-cent raise out of them, which would have been less than like a percent pay raise.
Yeah, dude. No, it's like almost impossible in retail.
Yeah, the biggest raise I saw when I was working for Big Orange was shit, I think like 5.8%. And that was after like an absolute glowing review. The other two I got were like 2%.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a little hard here, and just like in a bunch, because since we're in a college town, there are so many like college age, high school age kids that will just work for anything. Like because they still live with their parents, so they don't have a rent to pay, they don't have to buy food, any of that. So any money they have is just expendable income. And so they'll work for, $7 an hour and think it's the best shit ever. And then the rest of us are like, no, I need a lot more than this. They're like, well, but he'll do it, so either you'll do it or you're gonna get replaced.
Yeah.
Which is such fucking cheeks, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Like, what do you even do about that?
Nothing really. Not much you can do about it. It's kind of like, okay, I quit.
Yep.
Kind of hope that when you quit, it hurts them in some way, but it probably won't.
No.
Not if you're retail.
Yep. I know. Every person that quit from our retail place, like the whole 2 weeks before they quit or whatever, they're like, man, second I leave, this whole department's gonna go to shit. Everything's gonna fall apart, and then nothing changes.
And then nothing changed. Yeah.
That's happened like 3 or 4 times now at my job. And I didn't say it on my way out. I did not say it. I was just like, "Hey, I'll be all right."
Yeah, I didn't say it. There was a point where I was like, man, because I would train some of the new guys, or like some of the people coming in, because I was the only one that would do closing duties. So I was the only one that knew how to do them besides the full-timers. And so in my mind, I wanted to be like, yeah, once I leave, they're not going to know how to do this shit. But then I was like, nah, the full-timers know. They'll teach somebody. It's not that hard. I'm worthless.
No, so I will say, when I left, it was a shit show. Because I was the only one who knew anything about the account. And so as soon as I left, it just turned into a shit show. And I was like, nice.
Suck it, nerds.
But then also, I was still always having to deal with it. So I was like, I'm making more money now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting to look at how a lot of people treat their employees because they know that they can just replace them. And probably nothing is going to happen if they quit, so why give them anything better?
All you are really is just capital.
You're just meat.
Pretty much, yeah.
Meat on the market.
Capital.
Man, and that's a kind of on that is how shitty they would treat us and how much we would put ourselves at risk doing our job. Like, we would move appliances, so we would get large appliance trucks of like 300 to 400 like dishwashers, washing machine, dryers, ranges, refrigerators, and they would double stack them. So I would be in there by myself unstacking ranges which weigh a couple 100 pounds, just like picking them up, slamming them against the wall, and sliding them down to the floor.
Damn.
I was like, every time I'd be like, man, if I drop one of these or like fall back, I'm dead. And there's no one back here. No one comes back here like my entire shift. I have the music blaring as loud as it can go. Like, I would probably die if I dropped one of these on myself right now. Still did it happily.
Like, well, I'm making menial wage, so fuck it.
I mean, I made decent. Definitely better than minimum, which
the
is...
pay's good enough.
Yeah.
They say.
Pay something. Because minimum wages. Whew, that's some hot garbage. I don't know how anybody can live off that.
Oh my god. I have no idea, honestly. Right now, $7.25 an hour, that would be fucking ass.
It's insane. I mean, I remember
it's
working...
It's not livable.
It's not. Dude, even
no, it's really not.
Even like 10 to 12 is barely livable.
Yeah. And that's living in a shithole.
Yeah, with multiple roommates, like...
Yeah.
Like, because I make $11.50 at the moment. And the only I took a pay cut when I took this job, but I took it because I knew that once I got through classes, it's like exponential growth on the pay, right? Like I took it for the long run pay. But at the moment, it's rough as shit. So because I'm at $11.50 living with 2 roommates, I get paid weekly. It takes an entire paycheck to pay the rent, my part of the rent, an entire paycheck to pay all of my utilities and most of my bills, and then another like half or so to pay the rest of my bills, and then like the rest of that half to buy groceries, and then I'm left with one more paycheck for the month to maybe buy something for myself.
Yeah, it's like, how do you live off of like almost half that?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's because my first job, I worked on a ranch for $7.25 an hour as a 14-year-old. I would just drive through the fields and pull weeds, and I thought it was great because I just sat in a tractor for 11 hours a day, and then got $600 at the end of the week. Like, I was like, this is great.
Yeah, this is sick.
Oh yeah.
I don't gotta do nothing. My parents give me an allowance for gas. I'm living the life. And now I would absolutely just die if I still made that same amount of money.
Yeah. No, like right now, I mean, it depends on the month and how many we finish, but I make anywhere from, I think, like $15 to $22 an hour. Depends on how many we finish and how many hours I work, of course.
Which honestly, is still a little not enough for all the shit you do.
Oh yeah, no, but if you look at if you look at my salaried hours, just salaried hours, I make anywhere between like $20 and $30 an hour. But I almost never work just my salaried hours.
Yeah.
But same as Jeremy, I ain't doing this for now. I'm doing this for the future.
I'm doing this for now.
There you go.
See, because
that's kind of in a job. It pays well enough, and it's I don't hate it, so I'm chilling.
Yeah, I mean that's honestly all you need, really. Enough to pay for what you want, and then in your 40 hours, so you don't have to spend your entire life at work. It's great.
Sure.
I have a couple of people who, I mean, still work in retail or deliver for Amazon, and they hate it. Like, it pays all right, but they absolutely despise it. I'm like, come on, man. Like, do you really want to be doing this shit forever? Like, you gotta find something.
I couldn't imagine still working at Starbucks.
I know, every time I think about going back to retail, it makes me want to die inside.
It really does.
Yeah, no, my boss, like at the beginning, he was like, so you want to go back to retail? And my answer is always, fuck no. Absolutely fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that. So that's just one of those jobs that, on top of not paying very well, it's just so demeaning. Like, there's nothing wrong with working in retail, but all of your customers will treat you like there is. And so it's like anytime I go to retail order through fast food, I'm very polite, even if it's not a great experience, because one, I'm a very passive person, don't like to be mean to people, and two, I've worked there and I've worked in retail and I realize it's never your fault, right? Like it's usually a combination of a bunch of things. It's never one person's fault. It just happens sometimes. So to be the person that gets to go up to the customer and be like, "Hey, I'm really sorry, but your package isn't ready," but you can't tell them it's because it didn't get ordered correctly from the DC, and then the DC sent the wrong product, and then our warehouse people didn't receive it for a week, so then once they did receive it, they realized it was the wrong product and had to send it back, and then they had to ship us a new one, and then management had to put a stock count review on it because now we have a different product than what we ordered. And so you can't tell them all this shit and then they just go off on you about how you suck at your job, and I'm like,
dude, IT customer support is probably the worst.
Oh yeah, it's not good, man.
It's so terrible because you're supposed to like tell the customer what's going on without being completely honest with them ever.
Yeah.
And that's like the whole experience. It's just like trying to subtly like let them know that hey, our shit's just fucked right now. So
yeah, dude, one of the things about IT I hated is that you can't tell them you don't know what's happening, even though most of the time you don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
but you can't just be like, oh, I don't know what's going on.
Who fucking knows, man? And then if you tell them that, they lose their minds.
Oh yeah.
They're like, oh, that's why I called you. You're supposed to know. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
Or I love the customers who try to like who think they know more than you too.
Yeah.
It's like this is literally my job. Like I know what I'm doing.
Oh, if you're so good at this, you come work it.
All right.
I still really love the people that are always very adamant about how much they spend at the store, how much they pay you or something. Because it's just so funny to me every time. Because I'm just like, you do realize that's like nothing, right?
Drop the bucket.
Oh yeah, no, my favorite part of that was always because I was like a pro service guy, and so they would be like, "Oh, I spend $1 million a year here, blah 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 blah." I'd be like, "Okay," so I would pull up their account and be like, "Huh, shows you spent $13,000 here last year, and 10 grand the year before that. So tell me again how you spend $1 million here a year."
Right? You're like, yeah, you suck. No, man, even if they do spend $1 million, you know how much this store makes every year? The store makes $2 million a day. Who fucking cares?
Right?
So you just tell them congratulations.
Yeah. Good job, I guess.
Congrats, thank you.
Right. Or the people that think like any kind of retail workers have any say in anything.
Oh yeah.
They're like, you're gonna give me a refund and a discount. I'm like, bruh, I don't even get a discount. The fuck you mean?
Yeah, you're like, good luck getting that.
Yeah. Like, if you figure out how to do that, could you tell me? Because I need one.
Right?
No, customers are the worst though.
Yeah. It's just hard for people to treat others with common decency, you know? Difficult thing.
It really seems like it, dude. I'm telling you. I think some people just don't know how to.
Yeah. Well, because I'll always, like, you can tell sometimes that people have a little bit of PTSD when it comes to, like, customer service. Because I'll like, I was going through the Taco Bell drive-through the other day, and it took them like 10 minutes to get my order because they were like needed to make something or something, I don't know. And the girl that was like at the register was like, "I'm so sorry. I apologize. You know, this usually doesn't happen. I'm very sorry. You know, if there's anything I wish I could help, like give you something, but I can't. I'm really sorry." I'm like, calm down. I'm not gonna yell at you.
Like, it's okay. I just want my food.
Like, bro, if it gets to be within 30 minutes, that's still, I'm fine with that. Like, just give me the food. Give me my tacos.
Still better than usual.
Everybody loves tacos, and when you gotta wait for them, it's even better.
Fuck yeah, dude. Tacos are lit.
Oh yeah.
No cap.
So I had one of my roommates ask me a question earlier today, and it was about what do you think rich people like really enjoy doing for fun?
Their relatives.
I was gonna say kids, but
I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat, dude.
but it's like if I had just money to do whatever the hell I wanted at any given time, I feel like I would get very bored of a lot of things, but I would also still definitely find a lot of other things to do that would keep me interested the whole time.
Well,
I mean,
I'm a guy. I have a lot of interests, but not enough money to get into those interests.
Yeah.
So, if I had a lot of money, I could get into a lot of interests, so I would never be bored.
Yeah, that's true.
kind of same, yeah.
I like collecting things. Always wanted just like a super huge comic book collection, but things add up after a while.
Super fucking fast.
Yeah. I
don't know what it would be like to just be able to go buy whatever the hell you wanted at any given time.
That would definitely be like a shock, right?
Be super nice, and that's what I'm working towards.
Just how sick that car. That new car that just came out with looks sick. I want to go get one.
Right?
Yeah.
Just like, call your assistant, be like, hey, go pick me up the latest Corvette, please.
Right? Like, it's a Thursday. I might as well treat myself.
Yes. Right? Because to me, yesterday, I was like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. I went and got barbecue. It was like $16. I was like, fuck yeah. And then today I was like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. All right, well.
No regrets.
I mean, no regrets. It was good barbecue, but just being able to have like the disposable income to just drop on whatever the hell you wanted.
Yeah.
Be a great time, and that's why I should play the lottery more often.
There you go.
Do y'all? I'm assuming y'all probably don't play the lottery, right?
No.
I don't.
Because there's a part of me that is probably the same part of a lot of people that do play it. It was just like, why not? You know, just fucking go buy a ticket. It's a real low chance, but it's a chance. Just fucking go do it, and then I never do. But
well, everybody will say stuff about like, oh, if I won the lottery, do you play the lot or do you want to win the lottery? It's like, to win the lottery, you got to play the lottery, and I don't play the lottery.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice, but
I mean, the lottery is just kind of a scam.
Yeah, it really is. But it just takes that one time, Nick. That one time of winning it, then it's not a scam anymore.
Like, I wonder how much money they make off of doing the lottery.
Oh, so much
shit
money,
ton.
man.
Right? Like, they have to be making fuckloads of money doing that.
How much does a lottery ticket cost?
What, like a Powerball ticket?
Yeah. It's like a couple bucks, right?
I've never fucking bought a Powerball ticket.
My most lottery experience is scratch-off tickets, so.
Yeah, honestly, same. Never fucking.
$2 per play.
$2 per play? Which, that's, I mean, to us, you're like, oh, $2, that's nothing. But then you've got, you know, millions of people buying multiple a day.
So like 5 numbers from 1 to 69.
Nice. I would just choose 69 every time.
Fuck yeah, dude. Is there any number? Or is there any other number?
Right.
Imagine the one lottery that does win that's just 69, 69, 69, 69.
Bro.
That will be the best lottery ever.
Go down in history.
Yep. At least in meme history.
Go down in history as the nice lottery.
And that lottery last night, that was nice.
Nicest lottery you'll ever see.
For sure.
It's one of those, why can't they just like give us, just take the money from the lottery and just kind of spread it out? Kind of give it to people every once in a while. Just like everybody.
Yeah. I mean, imagine being like Elon, for instance, and you have all this money, and even if you distributed all of your money evenly to everybody, like that would still be what, more than, even because he has 180 something billion, right? Of
I
like personal wealth.
think so, yeah.
And there's like what, 7 or 8 billion people on Earth.
Mm-hmm. His net worth is 273.6 billion.
God damn.
So he has enough money for everybody on Earth to
like have a couple $1 billion.
Nah, I think it'd be
No.
having a couple $1 million each.
Worth
Let
it.
me see. Let me see. Let me I clicked on calendar.
No,
Let
it'd
me
be like a
calculate it.
couple 100 million, right?
No.
I don't know. I'm not smart enough for this.
Yeah, but I mean, also that's one of those where he's worth that much, but he doesn't actually have access to that much money.
Yeah, no.
So like, you could say, even though I do think, you know, all these rich people should give more.
So, what's your guess for how much everybody would have?
I mean, it's probably gonna be much lower than I was guessing.
I'm gonna say $69 million.
Take another guess.
I'm gonna say $500.
$420.
Take another guess.
$7.
$39.
Nice.
That reminds me of the video. Oh, it's a stupid TikTok, but it's like Elon Musk is so rich that if he took all of his net worth and and just split it evenly among the population, everybody would have $1 billion. And then just like the stitch or whatever is just like that shocked face, just kind of the dumbfounded face.
Yeah.
Because literally, like,
surprised Pikachu.
The math you're doing is 273.6 divided by like 7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some basic math.
That's still crazy that he has enough money that it can be distributed.
Yeah,
to
every human being.
Double digits, dude.
Yeah,
$39.
Not fractions of a fraction of a penny.
Yeah, dude, you distribute my wealth across the fucking world. Oh yeah. I feel sorry for everybody.
It's like, bro, I couldn't
distribute
even spend
my wealth. You giving everybody a Shiba Inu coin. Just one Shiba Inu coin.
To the moon, baby. Well, so did y'all hear about the whole him and Twitter thing? Elon and Twitter?
Yeah, I've been watching that.
About
him trying to buy Twitter.
Yeah, just like offered him a stock price, or he's like, I'll give you $54 for every stock. Give me your platform.
I think it's 44 or something like that. You know, it was like a fair offer.
Yeah, but man, I feel like even if he did buy it, nothing would probably change. If anything did change, I feel like it would be Twitter going under. Like, I've heard so many people like, man, Elon should buy Twitter. It'll get so much better. I'm like, how? What would he do that would make Twitter better? Twitter's trash.
Free speech.
No, he wouldn't give everyone free speech. Be the same, except you can say what Tweelon.
Nah, Twitter's gonna be the new fucking Tumblr, dude. With Papa Elon.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Dude,
all the Elon fanfic, dude.
Tumblr is just a shit show.
It really is.
That was some interesting stuff on Tumblr, man. Just pure cringe.
Oh, here we go. Wattpad, Elon Musk stories.
Oh no. Oh no. How?
Being Musk.
How being musked? We were musked. It's hard to say. Musked. How weird is it that some people like idolize just some rich dude so much that they write fan fiction about it? That's crazy. That's
this
like
is about what?
People are really horny.
Yeah, they are, man. For people who just really want a sugar daddy, all right. Which hey, I'm right there with you. I'd take a sugar daddy.
I was gonna say fucking same, dude.
Man, it's like the all those memes of people that are like, man, how much would your wife have to make for you to be a stay-at-home husband? I'm like, bitch, like 50 grand a year, all right?
Like enough to pay the bills.
I have low standards. If I get to just stay home and do nothing, I'm fucking down. Let's go.
Yeah.
I will cook every day.
Daddy Elon Musk fan fiction.
You getting a virus over there?
God.
Yes, just from hearing that.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Our hero meets with the billionaire on a beautiful summer evening, and they go on a date. God. Eventually, they have an intense homosexual relationship.
Why is
and our hero becomes crippled.
What? Hold on. All right, that one's got to be a joke. That's got to be a joke.
They weren't prepared for that fucking thick musk wiener, dude.
They weren't prepared for the musk husk.
Hate that. All right.
Our hero becomes crippled and has to move in a wheelchair.
Oh, of course.
Okay, but like, of course. How does he become crippled? All right, these are important details that we need.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
We're in for now. Buckle your seatbelt. We're in for a hell of a ride. I did exactly as he ordered. Suddenly, the car started moving at an incredible speed. Ah, Daddy, it's so fast.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
I shouted surprise. It isn't the only fast thing you'll experience tonight, he replied romantically.
Oh, no, dude.
Dude, Elon is not an attractive man, all right?
No. Super not.
That definitely sounds like it's probably a joke, but I guarantee you there's some real fan fiction out there.
Oh, God.
I guarantee people have gotten off to that.
Oh, absolutely.
This line right here. Daddy, if we're on Mars, we better colonize it. I whisper in his ear. Although my statement made no sense, we're both men. We can't get each other pregnant.
Oh my god.
Why?
You're right, baby. Absurd. Oh, I'm gonna fuck the life out of you, Elon said dominantly.
Yeah, but then there's even less people on Mars, so you're going the opposite of colonization. God, that I don't want it. I don't like that.
So terrible.
Now get in the back seat, you little slut, before I cut your balls off and hang them in my office.
Oh my god. Ew.
Dude, what possesses people to write fanfic? Like
oh god.
Dude, that's honestly funny. God. It kills me.
He ordered as I obeyed. Suddenly, he thrusted his Falcon X into my mouth at what felt like 99.99% of light speed.
Oh my god. That's amazing, dude.
Jesus Christ.
And the imagination on some people.
I know. But
later, his Falcon X became ready for lunch, and I felt it.
Could they not, like, take this creativity and do something better with it?
What do you mean? This is a work of art.
Fuel spilled into my mouth.
Oh, no.
You're such a good boy. Just like the Opportunity Rover.
Nope, I'm alright. I don't want this, Brandon.
This isn't the end, though. We must explore further. I guess we can call it space sex.
That's the dumbest fucking pun I've ever heard in my life.
Elon laughed as if he saw a dead deer at the bottom of a pool.
What? Hold on. Okay, now we're like getting into serial killer.
Know that meme? That
no.
Video he fucking Elon, like, they were showing him memes or something, and it was just like, oh fuck, I'll have to find the video and send it. But it's like that weird like sitcom-y tune where it's like, I don't know the exact tune off my head, but it's just like it plays that, or it like has a comment and then it plays that, and then it just swaps to a picture of a deer laying in the bottom of a pool.
Oh yeah.
And he just like he looks at it and the camera like zooms in on him and he goes and they memed it so hard.
See, but I feel like that's something that I would laugh at just because of the absurdity of it.
But the next line, I knew what he wanted, so I turned around, exposing my black hole. Meanwhile, in heaven, God was watching me. He was visibly displeased that I was having gay intercourse instead of praying, but he forgave me since he wouldn't have resisted Daddy Elon either.
Oh my god, dude. Who the fuck? Who's the author on that shit? That's amazing.
Oh my fucking god.
I can't say the name.
Yes, you can. Yeah, they put it on the internet.
No, I can't.
Oh, okay.
I physically can't. Well, I can't. Biggest N-word.
Oh, well.
That's the author.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
God, dude. How old do you think the person is that wrote this? Because they gotta be like
at least
15.
30.
No, I was gonna say like a middle schooler.
No, dude, I imagine this is a fully developed adult.
Oh yeah, some weird fully developed adult.
Complete grown-ass man writing this shit.
Elon started spanking me, making my butt cheeks look like Mars, the red planet.
Honestly, they have a very eloquent form of writing, okay?
Yeah, very, very graceful, dude.
Next morning, as I woke up next to Elon, I felt that my rear bumper was heavily damaged, but I didn't mind.
Jesus fucking Christ.
This is so long!
Oh my god. Just, why? Like, why would you write this? Like, even if you are gonna write it, why would you release it to anywhere?
Right, anybody can see this now.
Yeah.
This is my masterpiece. Christ. On our way to his villa, we saw a sign at the edge of the road saying "Fuck Trump." There were some libtards next to it. I pointed it out to Elon, and he gladly rode over the sign. We felt incredible satisfaction as we heard the libtard's retarded screeches in the distance.
Oh, wow.
My God.
Jesus Christ.
Did y'all ever hear about, man, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like some dude who wrote a bunch of books about like, it's basically like the protagonist is like a 20-something-year-old Republican white guy from the South whose whole thing is how the world is, becoming too soft and no one can protect themselves. And there's like a whole book where he's in college and there's a school shooting going on while he's there, and he has like an arsenal of guns but like refuses to save anyone because they tried to take his guns away. And it's like a 30-part series of books. And it's things like that that make me question humanity.
I mean, there's like some twisted logic behind that, but.
By the way, I shared that with y'all.
Oh, I know. I saw the link. And
y'all can enjoy it.
No, I'm good. I think I've had enough of some Elon
Daddy,
fanfiction.
How do we get to Mars? It's not simple, child. We must build a rocket. The first step to do so is obtaining a power supply. How do we do that, Daddy? We need to find the most powerful man in the universe and obtain his ballsack. Whose ballsack is powerful enough to fuel a rocket? There's only one man whose ballsack has enough power for such a tremendous task. His name is Danny DeVito.
Oh my god, yeah. No, dude.
Alright, yeah, that's a joke, but would have been better if he said Putin, because then it would have aged
Later
very
that
well.
day, we were in a Tesla with the name Pussy Wagon sprayed onto the door.
That reminds me. But continue with your...
This, Jesus Christ, this whole thing.
Man, so have y'all watched the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie?
No.
Dude, it is horrendous. It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. But, major spoilers for anybody that gives a shit. The ending of the movie is so funny because, like, there's two people that survive, two sisters, and they get in their definitely not a Tesla that is a Tesla, because, you know, there's no markings on it or anything. And then they put it in autopilot mode and are both sitting in the back seat as it slowly drives out of the town. They're like, oh, we've survived, and we can't believe everyone's dead and we're not. And then suddenly, you know, Leatherface reaches through the side window and pulls one of the sisters out. And so the other sister, even though she could stop the car's only going like 20 miles an hour down this road in autopilot mode. She just stands up out of the sunroof and is like reaching over the back of the car, like, no, sister, no, as her sister just gets her head chainsawed off. Oh, my dude, it was so funny. like it's just one of those things that's so stupid. Even though you're watching someone get their head cut off, you just gotta laugh because it's so dumb.
Oh, but wait. Later, we finally arrive to Danny motherfucking DeVito's sex temple in our pussy wagon. It was a huge damn palace. We entered it to find a throne room filled with half-naked women. At the end of it, there was a really, really small throne, visibly designed for small people. On it sat no one else than Danny DeVito. Oh, what the fuck is this?
Why, though?
It's so weird because they put, like, so much unnecessary detail in it.
Right? Like, even as a joke, it's so much work and so much effort that went into this that... God,
It's, like, almost impressive, but it's just so... Like, the content is so fucking...
I mean, they put
gross.
more work into this stupid fan fiction than I put into any of my essays and term papers in college. So.
Right?
Yeah, this shit is... This is a masterpiece.
I mean, I don't know if I would use that word exactly, but it's something. I mean,
if you get off to Elon, dude.
You know, I can't say that I do. He's not really my type.
No, dude, Elon doesn't make you cum buckets.
No. He definitely does not. If anything, he probably just dries it up.
He makes me cum drums.
But what kind of drum? Like a bongo, or are we talking like snare drum? Maybe a timpani?
Like a
an oil drum.
Gallon oil drum.
That's the joke, Brandon. God damn.
Fuck you.
Oh, it's not very nice.
Yeah.
Fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
Oh wow.
Man,
wow.
Why do people hate horses so much?
I mean, I could say fuck your couch.
Why you hate my couch? What'd my couch ever do to you?
I don't know. Just fuck it, dude.
Let you sit on it? He's jealous?
Can I not?
It doesn't let me. It just doesn't have a say.
Is your couch not fuckable?
Just imagine like you go to buy a couch and you like go to sit on it and you just hear, no. You turn around and just like, the couch just tell me no?
You can't tell me no. I bought you, bitch.
Sit on it anyway, and then it airbag goes off and you go into the ceiling.
Dude, those airbag pranks look like legit dangerous.
Oh, they are.
Because they just like crumple.
Yeah, the people just fold and get tossed by a fucking airbag. I'm like,
the amount of force an airbag has is fucking insane.
Like, even really using it properly in cars, most of the time it will break your nose or your arms or something.
Your clavicle.
Yeah.
Which, like, honestly, I'll take death over, like, a broken face.
Really?
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would be okay 100%. With a cool broken nose, you know? That's pretty cool.
How'd you broke? Why's your nose broken?
Airbag.
Airbag.
I lost a fight against an airbag.
The lamest fucking broken nose story. It's not like, oh, I got in a bar fight and you should have seen the other guy.
Yeah, but what would be...
You should have seen the other car.
Yeah, I totaled it. I mean, my car totaled it, but it was meat.
But my car's also totaled, so I guess we're kind of in the same boat. And I got a broken nose.
Why?
I guess a broken nose is better than having, like, never mind.
Oh, now I want to know what you're
looking like Jeremy.
No, I mean, I was gonna say having a broken nose is like better than eating the steering wheel.
Yeah,
well, fair enough.
Like, oh, that's probably my worst fear is like not having an airbag in my mouth, just hitting the steering wheel after getting into an accident.
Bro, it's like
just, I mean, yeah, just straight.
It's like
it's like a curb stomp.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The curb stomping just sounds terrible.
Ugh.
Oh,
anything teeth or like fingernail or toenail related. Oh.
Yeah.
Man,
not good.
Probably one of the weirdest thoughts that I have fairly consistently. And if you don't want to hear this because it's fucking weird, anytime I pick up toenail clippers, I think of taking the toenail clippers and just clipping off your teeth, like slowly, just clipping them off.
Why?
Because
why would you put that image in my head? I have never had that thought in my entire life. Why?
Because
would you put it in my head?
Because when we were in middle school, we would always do the stupid would you rather things, and the most common one was always, would you rather clip off your teeth with toenail clippers or stick a toothpick under all your toenails and kick a wall?
Neither. Fuck off. Fuck you. Fuck that. Neither.
So yeah,
makes my everything hurt. My elbows hurt now for some reason.
It's just like the pure like. But if I have to think,
that'd be a powerful pair of fingernail clippers.
I don't know. Teeth are fairly fragile.
Teeth are very hard.
Not really.
Teeth are very hard.
They have good compression strength, but not good tensile strength.
Well, did you know that if you bit down as hard as you could, you can break your teeth?
See, now I want to try it, but I'm also definitely
not.
I'm definitely not going to try. Now. But do you ever just like clench real hard sometimes? Like, and then it like just you can feel your teeth like pushing up, and you're like, nah.
Yeah, like whenever it gets really cold, I find myself like clenching my jaw.
Yeah. Well, it's so weird that we have like the would you rather games. Like, why? Why torture yourself like that? Why even think about doing that shit? I don't get it.
Jesus Christ.
Me won't hurt self.
Like, would you rather feel excruciating pain or excruciating pain?
Yeah, basically.
Fucking neither. God damn it.
See, I really like the would you rathers of like the like really weird hypothetical ones of if you were stuck on a mountain pass and you had no other choice but to eat somebody to survive, and you're surrounded by like you, your mother, your best friend, and like I don't know, like the Pope or something. Like who would you choose to eat first? Hey, if he's a real good Pope, he would offer, okay? Like otherwise, he's just bad at his own religion.
You know why I'm eating the Pope?
Because
he would be the most tender motherfucker. Because that dude doesn't do anything all day. He's never done manual labor.
Right, he has his own special
doesn't do anything. So he's gonna be that nice Kobe beef.
Kobe beef of people.
Just
I know me, I would be fucking like, tough as fuck.
keep him drunk for a long time. That way his body just gets saturated with alcohol.
Yeah,
and you can kill
Kobe
him.
beef.
Yeah, and then he'll have the alcohol in there to break down the stuffs, make it even tastier.
Yeah.
I'd be down to try it. No.
Yeah, no, that's what I think it's Kobe beef.
Yeah.
But they like
Or is it
the
Wagyu?
cows. No, I think it's Kobe. But like the cows literally like barely walk around. They're
Isn't
fed.
Kobe beef like from Kobe, Japan?
Yeah,
and
like
then you can
true
have like
Kobe.
Kobe Wagyu.
Maybe I don't know. But there's some type of beef out there that like as soon as the cow gets off of milk, it is fed beer and like really good grain and grass and shit. I don't know. But they get like massages 3 times a day.
Shouldn't feed a cow shit.
I mean, probably not, but they'd probably eat it. But they're like pampered more than any human has ever been pampered.
Yeah.
In the entire world.
For the sole purpose of being eaten.
Yes. And apparently it is the best beef in the world.
Well, like if somebody offered to, treat you like a god for 10 years and just let you live the best life ever, but that in 10 years they could eat you.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I mean, be down. Sounds like a good life. And I only gotta live 10 more years? Hell yeah.
Just depends on how they're gonna kill me.
They're not. They're just gonna cut pieces off slowly.
Yeah, no.
Oh, God.
Nope.
Oh.
That has to be like a quick and painless death.
But then you would get to try it, alright?
See what I taste like?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat myself.
Is it illegal to eat yourself? Is cannibalism illegal?
Yes.
But if like...
Because it's illegal to...
Yeah, but see, you were about to say it's illegal to kill, which means it's not illegal to eat, it's just illegal to kill.
Google!
Like what I'm saying, hypothetically speaking, if I were to have a signed document from somebody saying, I give this person full permission to eat me, could I eat them?
No, could they eat you?
If I let them, I would say
right,
so.
Like you're trying to see if if you allowed them to eat you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
if that's like legally you can do that.
Yeah, like if I give them permission to eat me. Like what if one of my in my will, as part of my will, I put that I want my family to eat me. Would that be something that they would allow?
No.
Why not?
So, there are no explicit anti-cannibalism statutes in the law.
Okay, we're on the right track.
Laws forbid desecration of corpses.
But is it desecration if they allow it?
Of course, you can't kill someone and eat them, and it doesn't matter whether the person agrees to be killed.
Lame.
Even with consent, it is still murder.
Okay.
Well, what if you kill yourself?
Yeah, or if they die naturally and they put it in their will that they're okay with you eating them.
That's still desecration of a corpse.
But is it desecration if they allow it?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, see, what you do is you eat them without anybody finding out.
I mean, yeah, but I do that already. So like, what's the difference?
You're trying to find the Delta 8 of the fucking
cannibalism. The weird loophole that lets you through eating people.
Okay, so
we're not really doing it, but we're still doing it, you know.
Right. Well, there's like that morbid curiosity of like, it would be very interesting to know what a human tastes like, but without actually eating another person, because I wouldn't want that on my conscience.
So anybody can legally purchase body parts, but edibility is questionable, and the price is a deal breaker for most aspiring cannibals. For example,
aspiring cannibal.
One purveyor charged $200 for an elbow and $600 for an arm and shoulder.
Wait, hold up. How just the elbow?
That's actually kind of cheap for that.
Yeah, that's a prime cut,
opinion.
all right?
Is
it's
it
only
$600
for an arm and a shoulder? Are you serious?
It's a lot of weight. That's a lot of meat.
That's
right
like
there.
a whole ass limb, dude. For $600, that's cheap.
I couldn't even buy a prosthetic for that cheap.
They can't. They don't even make those.
What the fuck? A Reddit user calling himself incredibly shiny shark did last year after his foot was amputated following a motorcycle accident. Asked the surgeon to let him keep it. He invited his friends over for dinner, which included tacos made from his foot meat. Their assessment of the flavor was beefy.
See, that's probably all the seasoning you put on it. But I feel like foot meat would be the worst. It's just tendons and.
There's apparently, right? You can eat human meat, right? As long as you don't eat the brain, I think.
Because of it makes you insane or some shit.
Yeah, right. It's completely healthy to eat human meat so long as you don't eat the brain. I could be completely wrong on that, but that's something I've heard. I've heard that eating human meat doesn't bother you. It's just eating brains.
That's just a big lie by the government to keep you from eating it. All right, it's really perfectly healthy for you. They just don't want you to, so they lie to you. Also, kind of on topic of what that dude did, would it be legal for me to eat myself? If I just cut off a leg.
Yes, it's legal for you to eat yourself.
Boom, let's go. I got 2 legs. I only need one of them. Actually, no, I need 2 for a motorcycle. Can I lose?
Yeah.
I don't need my penis, but be a weird flavor.
It would be kind of cool if you could get rid of your balls without having the terrible side effects.
Some Rocky Mountain oysters.
No, just be able to get rid of the bastards. Because, dude, balls just get in the way.
They really do, yeah. There's no positives of testicles.
No, none that I've found.
Statement of the year: balls just get in the way.
Balls just get in the way.
Oh my god, all the time too.
Well, on that fantastic last quote, boys, we're out of time.
Balls just get in the way.
Balls just get in the way.
Dude.
Primo final quote right there.
All right, well, as we say at the end of every episode, even though I'm sure nobody actually listens this far into it, you can listen to us, the completely pointless podcast. I swear I don't have a speech impediment. You can listen to us anywhere you get your podcasts, as Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, RSS. You can tweet at us on Twitter at pointlesspods. Ask us questions, send us any topics. We would love to talk about them, because otherwise we're going to keep talking about cannibalism and balls.
And hey, we're thinking about starting a Twitch.
Yep.
So if you want to hear these at the time of recording, we'll figure that out and get that to y'all at some point when we start it.
Yeah, so then you guys can shoot us questions or give us your input during the podcast.
Yeah. Interactive podcasting.
Oh yeah, all about it. Well, with that, unless anybody has anything they want to clear up, I hope everybody has a good week. We will see y'all next time. Goodbye.
Daddy Musk.
Tell your mom I said bye.